With the books closed on the June quarter, we're taking a look at how the markets performed. I'm joined by RealMoney Pro contributor Chris Versace. Chris, overall, how do we do in the second quarter compared to the first?
Well, I tell you, if you look at the S&P 500, not much really happened. In fact, you could say that the S&P 500 closed that first half 2015 flat, but when you look at it, the second quarter actually dipped compared to where we were at the end of March. And that was also true for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. The only index that really eked out any gains quarter over quarter was the Nasdaq.
We've had a lot of headlines as of late, from Greece to Puerto Rico, of course, a stronger dollar. Should it be any surprise that the second quarter was weaker than the first?
No, not at all. I think that when we started off the quarter, there was a lot of expectations. The winter weather is behind us, right? The Pacific port closures, that's done. Let's get ready to rock and roll. And people expected a big snapback in the economy. And the reality was, as time and weeks and months went by, we simply didn't see that. We saw a lot of manufacturing data that showed a lot of month-over-month weakness. The consumer, despite the continued year-over-year decline in gas prices, really wasn't coming out in the beginning of the quarter. And I think that weighed on expectations. And as we saw right up to the bitter end, Greece and the uncertainty, thank you to Puerto Rico, the quarter just wasn't what everybody thought.
So looking ahead to the third quarter, are brighter days ahead? Is the worst behind us?
I would love to say they are, Brittany, but the little Debbie Downer in me has to say that, one, we've seen a lot of order flow slow over the last couple of weeks. We've seen rail traffic remain weak. Truck tonnage has been weak. So hard to see a real pickup in the economy near term. And we still have that stronger dollar to contend with. And I think that's going to be a focal point for the back half of the year when companies report their earnings in just a couple of weeks.
So with all of this in mind, what is your advice to investors here?
My advice is roll up your sleeves, do your homework, get ready for earnings. But if you had to pick one area to be in, I would say you want to look at Italy with the ETF EWI. The numbers have been fantastic month over month. And the whole thing with Greece has led to a pullback in the shares. I think it's an opportunity.
All right. Thank you so much, RealMoney Pro contributor Chris Versace. And I'm Brittany Umar for The Street.